going on, YouTube? So today I am going to be switching out some teeth. I'm going to be talking about the couple different types of teeth that I've used, what I'm going to try out because I'm going to be switching it up here, and yeah. So uh, let's walk over to the machine. The way that the dentist moth mulching head works is the way the teeth are set up. You've got these center ones right here that kind of, or you got they kind of flow out on both sides. What that does is the material is kind of shot that way and shot that way. So these end teeth, they wear, especially in the Florida sand, you can see how they kind of wear on this side a little more. And so I have seen some people, what they do, some guys in the industry, what they're doing is they're putting carbides on the ends because they will last a little bit longer. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to give a little bit of a try. So first off, we've got this. This is a carbide planer. These have the carbide tips, but they are kind of in the planer style. They're not that hammer style. We'll see how they do. I'm going to put these 4 of them on the ends, so 2 on each side. Keep them balanced, keep the drum balanced, and then I'm going to give the gyro track groovy teeth a try. So these are supposed to be a self-sharpening tooth. What they do is the material will roll off the top, and apparently it will self-sharpen. I'm seeing some videos of some guys. They're getting well over 100 hours um, of time out of teeth in the sandier conditions. They're getting, some guys are getting more, but the guys that are using them in the sandy conditions, especially like here in Florida, they're getting a decent amount of time out of it. So we're going to give them a shot, see how they go, because I like to, you can see it's a pretty fine, I go over this stuff quite a bit, and a lot, sometimes just the way it is, it gets, I get down in the dirt a little bit. That's what I advertise. I advertise getting a real fine mulch, and to do that, like I said, sometimes you got to get, it'll scrape up some of the dirt, and dirt and metal don't go very well together. So, so they dull real, my teeth dull pretty quick. I have to sharpen a lot, but guys are getting over 100 hours out of this. I'm not getting 100 hours out of my current teeth, which are just the dentist moth teeth. So we'll see how these do. Mainly, I think the reason why I'm not getting 100 hours is because I have to sharpen so often in order to produce such a fine product, and that sharpening is just taking layers out. So we're gonna give those a try, and probably do kind of an update after a couple acres worth and see how they look, and go from there. All right, so we're back. Got the teeth switched out. Show you what we got. So on the ends, like I said, we're doing the planers, the carbide planers. We'll see how those run. Both ends on both sides, keep it nice and balanced. And then for the actual teeth, like I said, we got the groovy teeth from GyroCheck. Material is supposed to roll off the top and keep them sharp. So we'll see how they run. I'll run them for a couple hours and show you guys what the teeth look like after. See what the finished product looks like, and see how they feel running on the mulcher. So keep you guys updated, and I'll do a little in the cab footage while I'm mulching, so you guys can kind of see in real time how it's doing. So, and listen to me blabber on about nonsense. So, all right, guys. So, got the new teeth on. About ready to start chewing. See how these bad boys do. I'm letting the drum free spin at low RPMs for a little bit, just to get warmed up. Get the hydraulic fluid nice and warmed up before we get it going. But we're just about there, so let's get after it. Feels pretty good. Drum feels nice and balanced, so I don't have to worry about that. Chewing everything up super nice and fine, so that's good. So far, so good. But haven't hit any big material yet, so we'll see how that does. Hitting this stuff that's it's already been pushed over. Oh, uh-oh. Hold on. There we go. Pulling stuff in pretty good. Them teeth are pretty long, so they're going to reach out and yank that stuff back fairly easily. That was a stump it just dusted, so far so good. I'm liking these things. I mean, obviously it's only been a couple minutes, but so far I'm liking these things a lot. Seems like it wasn't just hype. Seems like they've got a pretty good product. GyroTrack. They make the teeth obviously for their own brand of mulching head, but they also make them for the Dennis Samoff. I don't think they make them for any other brand. I don't think they make them for FAE. I don't think they make them for Fecon. I think it's just their brand and Dennis Samoff. But yeah, so far they're killing it. I'm not noticing anything. I know it's only the one row on the ends, but I'm not really noticing any difference with the mulching, the pattern of how it shoots out. I don't know if I would with the carbide, since it's just the one row. Like I said, everything seems to be spitting out pretty fine. So got a pretty decent sized pile here. See how this turns out. This is all stuff that got pushed over into the where we're not mulching, so I got pulled back, and now we're going to chew it up. So a decent log right here. See how that does. What spurred me to actually check these things out is I was getting some PM done on the skid steer up at Caterpillar, and there was another skid steer mulching set up right next to where mine was parked in the lot, and so I noticed that the teeth looked kind of different. So I hadn't really seen them before, so I went over there and looked at them, and I noticed they had these grooves in them. So went home, started researching different kinds of teeth because I've only used the planers, and I finally stumbled across these, and I saw GyroTrack, and I was like, okay, well, they don't probably make, I don't know why I'm seeing GyroTrack when I search Dennis Samoff, because GyroTrack's a different brand. I don't know if they're, together. I don't know what kind of thing they have worked out with Mobart and GyroTrack, but so I skipped over it, and then I was like, you know what? That looked like a Dennis Samoff tooth. I'm not super familiar with the GyroTrack. I did a little bit of research before I bought this, but I don't remember what the teeth exactly looked like. But I clicked on it anyways, and I was like, wait a minute, those are Dennis Samoff teeth. So then I was like, well, wait a minute, let me get on YouTube here and see if anybody's got any videos of people running the GyroTrack teeth, and sure enough, they did. Most of them were from GyroTrack. With they had people interviewed, and they were showing people who have Dennis Samoff but run the GyroTracks, and it looked like a pretty good tooth. So especially like I said earlier, for Florida, I run into a lot of sand, and that stuff's just pretty much like a grinding piss on these teeth. Some areas are worse than others. Like right here, it hasn't been too bad because a lot of it is stuff mulch of trees I've cut down. So haven't really had too much of a problem getting in too much sand at all. But other places where it's a lot less dense, or it's a lot less trees, and it's maybe just some overgrown weeds or saplings or stuff. That's when I run into the sand issue. I had a job where I did, I think, 10 acres of mulching, and it was up in the Denellen area in Florida. And I don't know, if anybody know that area, they know that it is like sugar sand, like almost like you dig down a foot and you got beach sand. And so that stuff's super abrasive on the teeth, and that wore my teeth out. Let me tell you, it wore them out fast. But yeah, we'll see how these do. All right, so we've done a couple hours on the new teeth. Pretty impressed. I'm gonna show you guys what the planers were doing, the Dennis Samoff teeth were doing to this material, and then what these GyroTrack teeth were doing to this material. If I had brand new planer blades, it would probably be pretty equal. Mine were getting to their end of life, so they weren't as close to that breaker plate underneath the mulcher where it kind of chews up that stuff a little bit finer. But let's get out, check it out. So here's what we got after a couple of hours. These things, these carbides actually were doing really good work on the stumps. I was running the stumps over in the corners, and they're actually super sharp. They just don't have a lot of scoop to them, but they actually are pretty sharp. I mean, it doesn't even look like I've touched them. I mean, that's pretty much what they looked on like a couple of hours ago when I started. Um, you can see this stuff. This was with my end of life almost planer blades or planer teeth. They're looking pretty good. Uh, these teeth are chewing this up pretty fine. Uh, one probably because, like I said, they're probably a little bit closer to that breaker plate, so it's able to put more, put more force and chew more stuff up because it's less area in between the teeth and that metal plate. But overall, so far, pretty happy. So I'm calling it a day. I'll try to get this video edited and put on YouTube. So, but yeah, overall, really happy with how everything turned out. So we'll check back in 20, 50 hours, something like that, and see how they're holding up.